Ta-da! Back again. Taking a little time off to say, howdy. Hey, howdy. Well, I am going to read something real fast. I'm hoping this is just a quick one. I've always tried to do just a quickie. It doesn't necessarily work. We're going to do it anyways. And that's just as something that I spend some time answering questions and putting a hook out there. I call it fishing, and I'm doing it in this Japanese guys, and I hope it's not Japanese. I know I'm probably wrecking all the political correctnesses of it all, but this Asian dude is preaching the Bible. And you know what they do is a lot of times, like there's this other guy named Stephen something other. Anyways, he was a Baptist preacher, and they're both anyone, just the preachers, no matter what, they're fucked up. All right, because they're fighting against each other. This one's telling this is this, not the Baptist, and this doctor who represents an Asian person, I like to think that they're really smart, and that's how it is, they are. It's even, they tell us that. All right, well, anyways, they're over there talking about, or one of their last videos is talking about the fig tree. And, this idea that, it was cursed. God cursed this, oh my God, what does this mean? And of course, this is the idea that the whole idea behind this fruit tree is that it brings about, the restores Israel. All right. And so the question is, who is this? And they're looking at, they're fighting with each other as far as whose is right, and they're all damn scriptures, all the damn scriptures are mean when it comes down to the word. Look at their one fighting over it, and this is their excuse. They say, well, it's always been unsettled since the day. It's prophesized to never been settled. That's because we found out that it is like a rite of passage that you have to do this. Maybe it is true that you got to go to jail before you can be a rapper. Because in the spiritual world is that we have to go through hell before we can get to heaven. And all of this is about you're being born down here in this beta conscious. Is all that is. So let me see. I don't want to rewrite what I'm writing. I want to write, because sometimes I don't, aside what I write down it's from the Bible. It's not my words, but whenever I'm out there fishing, those are my words. So I'm going to give you an example of what it's doing. So I'm going to put exit down, and I'm going to come over here so I can read more. And so here's what I tell them. I said, we are the fig tree. The individual is born into this world called mankind in our Bible, born into sin. A scam, likely. Well, ain't that something? Hey, look, I've got, this thing is my prophets telling me things. All right, so let's see what it is. We're the fig tree. The individual is born into this world called mankind in our Bible, born into sin. This also represents the works, the strife involved before an individual reaches his or her own enlightenment and rapture. The fig tree, the fig tree that bears fruit is our chakra system. The way is hidden from us until we perform our works, setting all souls into what the Bible calls slumber. This is a product of living by the word and seeking his forgiveness. And of course, we know that what we're doing there, this idea of being in slumber is that hearing, you will hear, but you won't perceive it, or see it. You won't be able to understand it, and all this business of you're in a state of slumber. And so this is what it means to be cursed. This is what, and we just did a reading where it's pretty much showing you that we were cut off from this on purpose. All right, that it was that you had to go through this business first, and then on day, because we really do love God. It's not that we are atheists in any way, shape, or form. It's just that one day we go from taking the flesh, the word made flesh, and turn it into science made flesh, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God. And you're like, this is what it means to have a revelation, and it's like, oh my God, oh my God. And then all of a sudden these earthquakes in various places and stuff like that, and oh my God, you return home to dad and there's this big party going down, this is what it means to, and now, and when the fig tree then is start blooming in summertime, the end is near. And of course these guys on the outside say, oh my God, the little scaredy cats and stuff like that. But oh my God, it's rapture. It's what you want. It's what you want to happen. So here we go. I said sowing seeds is very much a part of this transformation from being dead spiritually, meaning disconnected from God, to being alive in Christ and joining mother and father together. These are our image of God in us. We have to honor them. And this is how we go about serving the Lord. It's a procedure we do through meditation. And it says, it's quite clear in the cupbearer and baker story that the cupbearer dreams of a vine growing up from earth and splitting into three, fruiting, and his own hand squeezing the grapes into a cup and serving his master. It's natural inside connection. This is a natural thing that happens within inside of us. Using the vine or any kind of a plant, because that's what we are, trees. We are all these green things. We are God's creation. All right. So anyhow, what we have is, this is the baker story. It makes whereas in the baker story is an outside thing that he makes what he believes his master will want, and the birds of the air steal them away before the master even gets to them. So we've also gone through scripture where this energy knows that you worship him, but they worship him in vain, yet he can do nothing for you. He says, I'm like right there. It's a physical, electrical, metaphysical. Well, it's an electrical system inside of us. It's real. There's something there, and we connect it together. And that's all that we're talking about. It says here, this is a symbolic storytelling. This is symbolic storytelling at its finest. Nothing literal about it, but then I'm on the other side now, the spiritual side of the Bible. I've sown this seed of religion on good ground, and now I'm reconnected to God by following the way and honoring the Bible. I've sown this seed of religion on good ground, not by the wayside. In the story by the wayside, the devil comes and takes it away. We know the devil is the outside. All right. By the wayside. I said it's the prodigal son story all over again. We're left in hell for a period of time to learn and play and to seek the truth. If you so wish to look for it. It says we've all come to earth blind of our futures, past, and therefore this is where the hell comes in. But it's not for everyone. It's only for those people that are on the lower end of things, where it's just not. We feel like we're in the grind of stuff, and the homeless and all these things. People that are sick and tired and hurt um, and still seeking the truth, still looking for God to take them out of all of this. There's somewhere in the story is that He's going to relieve us. And so, but this lowly way of thinking about yourself can only do you harm, because, you have to love yourself, and you have to trust in yourself, and you have to believe in yourself. And then you have to judge yourself. And that judge means that you're going to take yourself, once you found this out, let's say I just told you this and you've been crying and stuff like that. You don't know jack about Jesus or nothing like that, but it's always been a question in your mind and stuff. And you learned this from me. You don't need to know and go through all this. You don't need to know the story and be tested on whether or not you know who the hell Moses is or Ezekiel or any of these dudes, No, no. But if you found that this was all you had to do was to be weary, and you felt like you were worth saving, and that all you had to do was sit down, be quiet, and seek this place from the inside, You would think people just be jumping all over. You'd think that people would be, learning how to meditate all over again, and how to reach this place. But, it's just, been made unpopular. And we find through our readings that we find from the Bible that, it was planned that way from the beginning. So this is, so what have I finished here? Oh, this idea. I said, and this is beta conscious, this outside world where everything materializes into matter. All these vibrational things create this solidness, semi-solidness, but this means Maya, and this just means that it's the illusion of everything. It says, but I don't write that. I didn't write that. I'm just putting that in with you. I said this frequency is mankind's mind they belong to the lower conscious world of what they call Satan, Lucifer. The left side, that is, its father without mother, and its certain death and a life of hell on earth for many, But because he represents, like gluttony and all these things that they call sins, if you follow this line and you're happy and rich and you got all kinds of stuff, you're way above the lower hell. But, whatever you have to do, you've done something, but this is that idea of turning and churning and not living with one or at one. So you are caught by the tail, by Lucifer, and following the lower consciousness. And this is this idea of your heart's desires, and there's this pit created where it's never enough. There's never going to be enough. And so this causes a lot of people on earth to serve the few. And there comes this idea that you're a servant in these books, this a social servant. We are all, I have to go out and work every now and then. I have to pimp myself out. I have to turn into a slave for the man in order to do my job. And that's what it means to be the servant and go and earn things, and selling yourself in the street and stuff like that. That's where their church is. That's where religion's church is in the street. All right. Because the spiritual side, the church is here. The churches is the seven churches, the chakra system. It's inside of us. That's where the real place is. And the outside mimics this here because it's meant to be a trap. It's a lower conscious trap, a mouse trap, a bear trap. All these things are situated as animals. So it draws out the animal nature in us, And just look what happened after that game the other night. Those people tore their town up, and the town literally said, "Oh, they look like they had a lot of fun." Could you imagine? Could you imagine we celebrating something beautiful or something like a win or something positive, and going out into your streets and destroying things, creating mayhem and stuff like that, and then the local cops and all that, it all happened, and say, "Oh, they're just having a great time, just having a wonderful time. No tear gas, no nothing." It's kind of crazy, some crazy shit, you guys. You get up there as soon as you can because the world's freaking out and going crazy. All right, and this is a good time of year, good time of life to bring a little light into your life. All right, here, let me see if I can see myself. I can't. I've been sitting here just talking to what I keep thinking is like a camera lens is a green light. Let's see if I can find us. All right. Oh, where is the preview window box at? There. Well, everything's just all mixed up. There we are. So, anyways. All this stuff is about you and me. It's always been that way. And every time we turn around, we're finding that, it's only meant for the few. It's only meant. And I think I went through my time. I have it, but I feel like I walked this way. I was on my way to do this. Maybe I just knew I was going to get there, And so now what I have to deal with is when people say, like on there, I could say, well, this is what it means. And they'll say, no, it could mean this. And I said, no, it can only mean one thing. It can't mean a bunch of different things. So these guys are fighting over or arguing over, but that brings people to, oh, let's listen in on their troubles. Let's listen in and see what they're doing. And it gets, this kind of low conscious battle, is no different than, us wanting to fight with Korea or something like that, because and we think we're bigger than they are and better than they are, but it's just two pieces of lower conscious battling it out. And when it's over with, whichever side would be the winner, it's only going to be another low conscious battle win. There's no high, there's nothing great in it at all. Absolutely nothing. The best way is to bow out and say, no, what can we do to fix this? Can we do something? Is there a chance that we don't have to kill each other and stuff like that and destroy the earth at the same time? But you have to understand that you're going to give peace a chance. Go inside yourself. You got to get a peace of mind first. You have to be clean on the inside before you can help clean up on the outside. All right? And you don't have to put on no pretty slippers or nothing. You just go as you are. Reach out there. See, someone take away some of that trouble of yours, And when you come back from that other side, you don't come back here making fun of all these other people and all of that. You opens your eyes. You got a new mind. The new heaven and earth open up. So you just think differently. You won't be making mean things to people. There's no vengeance in you and stuff. It's like a mind eraser. And that's the way some of these guys, it's he who makes me forget. I haven't forgotten things that hurt me in the past, things that have structured me and turned me into these things, but they've been lifted from me. I still remember them, but they don't affect me anymore. Not like they did. I look at it, wow, what a neat lesson I learned from that. Instead of let it hold me down. Those are the kind of things you get. This is wisdom. And I start seeing my whole path. I was meant to come here, and I was meant to come around and start telling people about it, I was meant to reveal this wonderful secret. And basically it was meant to only fall in just a few people's ears. So hope you all heard me. Those that can listen with those ears, these other guys, wah, 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 wah. That's it. Get the hell out of here. I love y'all, and best to you.